Hey, family and friends, Twitter, social cam, YouTube, Facebook, how y'all doing? Just want to kick it with y'all. This your brother Divine. It's been a minute, man. The last time, man, was before my wife had her surgery and when we got the bad news. Anyway, I'm here tonight, man, just because I need to, just kick it a little bit, talk about my views of what's going on in the world. I don't want to talk about my situation with my wife right now and, what's going on in our life. I want to just kick it with y'all about basically what's in the world. Anyway, man, I know y'all know about all the issues going on with the IRS, Benghazi, all these different little things going on with the White House and our President Barack Obama and the Republicans, the feud that they have. All right, John, I guess the IRS was targeting the Tea Party, Patriot people, and all them other people that just come up, they go conservatives that really, man, that are really against a lot of things that are righteous, I should say, that are about taking care of each other. These groups are only for themselves because they're a bunch of greedy animals. Some of them are a bunch of poor people that never have nothing, never will have nothing. They just can't. They only have one ideology, and that's why they're broke and poor, and that's why they hate good Americans and upstanding Americans. Okay? They hate the fact. Some of these guys are on welfare, but they hate welfare. They get food stamps and medical, but they hate medical and food stamps. Come on, you hate the government because they feed you. You guys are a bunch of idiots down there in the pits of Mississippi and the pits of Alabama. You know who I'm talking about, you poor hillbillies. I'm talking about y'all. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, John Boehner tells the media, okay, that he wants to see somebody go to jail, okay, for the IRS targeting these groups, they've been asking questions. Mr. Marco Rubio, he says those are the tactics of a third world country. No, Mr. Rubio, third world countries put hits on people. They don't send the IRS after them. They put hits. So, Mr. Marco Rubio, before you get to making your funky accusations, talking about third world, come on, man, keep it real. And I think you're an idiot. I think you need your head, smacked up a couple times so you would get some sense in it. I think half of the Republicans need to get their heads pulled out of their ass, okay? But I'm going to say that because I'm going to let you know right now this is what's going on. With all the appointments, okay, our President Barack Obama, who I'll be talking about him again in a little bit here, but we're going to talk about this right now. The White House appoints people to do different jobs for different things, like CIA director, director of Homeland Security, director of this, director of that. Anyway, some of them appointments have been, they've been leverage for Republicans. So Mr. Obama has to take a Republican from the George Bush administration and stick him in his administration as a director of something. When it comes to terrorism, that's crazy because the Bush administration obstructed justice on that. The Bush administration obstructed justice on the murder of Saddam Hussein. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a murder. They obstructed justice on all the lies that they said when they were talking about, like, okay, during Hurricane Katrina. He up in the air looking down, man. Come on, man. The man didn't hit the ground down there for almost a week. Okay. Another thing is, the Bush administration hid the fact that there was going to be something that popped off on 9/11, and it did pop off. That's another obstruction of justice. They should have been held accountable. Half of y'all should have went to jail, including you, John Boehner. You know what I'm talking about. You guys, man, are just a bunch of hypocrites, man. Now listen to this. I know for a fact that when the IRS, we've been being targeted for years. For years. Have you ever asked, when they targeted Red Fox, when they targeted my man Richard Pryor, when they targeted my man Wesley Snipes, who just got out of prison, when they targeted my man our heavyweight champion of the world of all time, Joe Louis, left the poor man working his whole entire life, and he was a veteran of our great country of America who fought. He tried to fight, but they wouldn't let him, so they made him box. He boxed. He did this. Okay, man, you guys are a bunch of hypocrites. You know for a fact you guys been after black folks and taking their money for years. Have you ever went after the IRS then? Did you ever put a president after the IRS then? No, you didn't. But when it comes to targeting your teabaggers or your, I'm not even going to say patriots, I'm going to say you guys are, I'm going to keep it to myself, okay? And you other conservative organizations that love Rush Limbaugh, that love Sean Hannity, that love Bill O'Reilly, you guys are a bunch of idiots, man. And so why should the commissioner of the IRS go to jail? Fire him if you're gonna fire him, but they've been after us for a long time, and I want my friends and family on Facebook and Twitter to understand that this is what's been happening already, and the Republican Party. And if you're for that conservative, I understand you can be a conservative, but why be on the side of evil and the side of where they don't care about poor people, they don't care about their brother? It's worse than a king. It's worse than a king and his tyranny. Okay, so that's exactly all it is. You guys talk about Barack wanting to be a king. You guys are a bunch of wealthy people that hide your money so it can't be taxed. That's why the IRS went after you. You hide your money through investment loopholes, long business ventures overseas. You take your businesses over there, and then for years through the Bush administration, the first Mr. Bush, you guys was getting all these tax breaks. Even through Reagan, you guys were getting all these tax breaks, taking all this money out of the world and not having to pay it in your taxes. If you go overseas, you wasn't even paying that much in taxes. You guys, so man, come on, man, let's keep it real, man. Don't be such a hypocrite. You guys need to be fired. Truthfully, I'll be honest with you. If it was left up to me, you guys wouldn't even be around doing no politics, because you guys are just a bunch of liars, man. You don't care about your people. Even your rich people you don't really care about, because you know what? If you did, you would force them to put back into